everyone.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Mark. Thank you all for coming to this event of my 38th birthday. I borrowed that off you. Thanks, Steve. Pandemic problems and all that, this, that, and the other. Now you all know me and Neva and Ben. For the reptiles and the rugby and the what else do we do? The skateboarding and the hockey.
Art.
The arts, yes, yeah. So I thought what I'd do is not everyone in the room knows everyone else, so I thought I'd do a little whip round and introduce you all to each other. Who let up balloon? First of all, Lindy and Mark.
Hello, hello, hello.
When I mention your name, give us a little wave so we know who you are. Two of London's most stylish and creative people. I've known them since the turn of the millennium. They are an indelible part of Team Faff, our collection of London-based faffing friends. Lindy and Mark bring international cool. Two people dedicated to the culture and welcoming nature of London. HQ of Planet Cool. Next up, Tony the Tiger Bowers. Where is he? Is he having a fag?
Organising.
Oh, right, sorry, yeah. So, Tony is the most friendly and hospitable chap, a founder member of the Gentleman's Day Out, man of much metal, and liquid core of Team Faff. Modest and understated, Tony is a key figure, a party host, as the Taylor Horns can, and of course manager to magician implausible generator X. I've accidentally broken Tony's rib, and we've been shat on in unison by a very loose turkey. But for me, Tony's crowning achievement is of berating a wine list offered to him by a hospital ward I was picking him up from after it endured intimate invasive surgery. And that is yet to be outdone, not just by Tony, but by anyone. And I'll tell you this, when you announce you're at a hospital to collect Mr. Bowers and the nurse on reception giggles, you know it's been a tough couple of days. So enjoy your pudding, everyone. Richard Blakey, the Wonder Boy Blake. Where is he? Ah, there he is. We met through work in Australia. Blakey is distilled can-do in a human being, all done with a massive smile and relentless, infectious energy. Quiet and modest, Blakey can do anything all weekend on a bottle of Coke and some fags. Blakey was a key facilitator of the Empire sessions, in which we'd leave work on a Friday night, throw elegant, intricate shapes at the Empire nightclub until work started on Saturday morning. Notably, Blakey converted me away from being a sausage pricker to becoming a non-pricker, with the simple wisdom, when you're eating a sausage, you're eating a sausage. Changed man ever since. Big sis, Kaz, Henry and Gemma, like all family members, give us a wave. These are the people who continually educate and shape me. So whether it's Henry stomping me at chess, age 9, without really trying, Caroline's innate get up and go reminding me not to be flaky, or Gemma reducing us all to jellies with volleys of vulgar humour in a tent, then whatever it is that I am, these are the people that are at least partly responsible for it.
Sorry.
Someone's got to be. Mostyn, Dave Mostyn. An old friend since the 1990s. Mostyn is a living display of what can be done by a human. Double degrees, maths and physics, has held down and indeed excelled at the sort of jobs, at the sort of financial institutions that would melt me in a fortnight. A rock-solid friend and core member of Team Faff. Quite often the brains of the operation, quite often the most likely person to lock herself out of a house. That's about right, isn't it? Norma. Norma lives 2 doors up from our old house in the glorious London town of Enfield.
Gangster.
Norma knows Enfield, and Enfield knows Norma. Hence, Elmhurst Road is a crime-free area. When the police helicopter hovers over the EN3 postcodes, they're just checking to see that Norma still lives there, so they know there's nothing to do. A key spiritual support to us, and in the era of the Elmhurst Road posse, conductor of some of the funniest evenings of my life. Not to mention tutelage in the disciplines of painting and decorating, and of course welding. The Taylor Horns. The Taylor Horns. Solid old friends from the 1990s. Just knowing the Taylor Horns must have injected some levels of cool into this country bumpkin. And probably trimmed a few months off my lifespan. Key figures, oh sorry, I'm hovering about. Key figures in many, many good times, and now a compelling growth story with Scarlett and Holly going from strength to strength, not to mention their business successes. Hard-working and gifted with the ability to get the most out of life, they are co-authors of the incredible 400 words for cock document. Absolute stalwarts of Team Faff. Not only do they expertly faff, they faff while they're buried in pets. Sam and Pete. Eccentric London auntie and uncle to Ben and Neva. Eccentric, yes. And that's coming from me. Always game, always welcoming, a strength to us all and London itself. Sam centres Team Faff as head of logistics, cutting the faffing down to vaguely acceptable levels. Conversely, Pete orbits Sam deep in the faff belt, shouting Shabba once an orbit, while sucking endless tut into his own gravitational field. Without Sam, we have fag packet physics from Mostyn confirming that Pete would indeed plunge through the faff belt and on into deep faff, eventually settling in another solar system known as Das Boot, orbiting an exoplanet called Das Clue, taking all of his orbiting tut with him. And that's a scientific fact. The what?
Cake baking.
Oh, and the cake that I stumble in and ruin the surprise of this morning. The Bizzles. Don't worry, Petra. Stunning Swedeland meets exceptional engineering talent in this international family. Petra is a compelling advert for life in Sweden, while Paul demonstrates what can be done if you nail a mechanical engineering degree, not a wafty one, and then apply it in a linear fashion. This is what Tesla owners look like. Alex and Jamie get their considerable lust for life from Paul and Petra, so good luck with that. Stuart. Stuart 5-poo Stu Bradley. Yes. Stu is definitely a northerner, but he had the good grace to be living in London when I first met him. We were young, daring and reckless. He charmingly congratulated me on sacking off a job interview to continue attending a party. He can also deploy excellent shapes.
Thank you very much, yes I can.
I was going to put "and tongue" in there, but I took it out. I've lost my place. From there on in, it's been easy. Stuart possesses the only true virtuous vice. That is of being too nice, despite all my efforts to corrupt him.
I still don't like him much, to be fair.
It's because I'm a southerner. From the Isle of Wight. Now you pull that up. Dina Boona. Dina Boona. Dina was the financial controller of a rapidly growing financial services company based in central London. I was doing sales for the same business. Very rapidly, you notice that Dina is the easiest person to have a laugh with on the planet. Thereby followed an almost daily ritual of appearing in her office with a "Hey Marco" and a "Dina Buddha" being all we really needed. Brad and Emily. Brad and Emily bring us up to date. We met 3 years ago as my intro to business mentoring. They'd started a business, taken it to a trade show, then wondered what to do next. My kind of people. Since then, they've absolutely smashed it, and it's been so bloody exciting to see. Other mentees have hid, blubbed, wimped out, and caved in, while these two have stuck the boot down and gone for it. They're now turning over enough money to be regarded as an acquisition target. It is, in short, bloody brilliant. Oh, and the cake is on one of their cake stands. The Snare cousins. Phil flew in from New York last night. She's not here, but anyway. I constantly look for reasons why I shouldn't be considered too weird. In Giles and Philippa, I found at least two. The competition rages for the oddest cousin, with a strong field of horses in the race. I am told people can tell we're all related on first meeting any one of us, and that's quite the compliment. Also, the ripple effect is strong, as the youngsters coming up through are also commendably nutty, able, and full of can-do. Special mention to our photographer today, Lucy Young. Thank you for your work today. Lucy's normal topic is current affairs and the corpses of assassinated dictators. She also possesses the vision to be a founder member of the Crypto Pervs, our leading blockchain technology discussion group. Rupert Yeager. Rupert is intelligent, creative, witty, and obviously good looking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, isn't he? Round of applause for Rupert. Despite all those assets, Rupert regularly gives into his wild side and loses the odd few days being interesting. But that is why we like him. A key member to Team FAF, Rupert can go from 0 to pissed as a fart within half a can of Tyskie Polish lager. And then he can stay there for 4 days non-stop.
Yeah, we've all seen it. Well done, Rupert.
Right, finally, last but by no means least, People, the Weeple, Baker Faff the Seventh. Central to Team Faff, Pete even has Faff in his name. Pete won't acknowledge how faffy he can be, but everyone knows that and lets it go. Pete has been a good friend to me for a while now. We encourage each other and keep each other in check. Our dialogue, mostly me, is always on point and flows back and forth like a vast, nuanced, babbling river of wisdom. And I'm going to hand over to Pete now so he can merrily spray the room with said wisdom.
Hello, my name is Pete Baker, and I would like to start by proposing a toast to President Zelensky of Ukraine, and the Ukrainians and the Russians, who are not our enemies.
Absolutely.
I have been called upon to deliver a speech on this, the occasion of